On Friday, President Trump announced that he and First Lady Melania Trump had tested positive for the coronavirus and would be going into quarantine. Now, they said they're in good spirits, whereas Trump, of course, is experiencing only mild symptoms right now. So this comes only a day after staffer Hope Hicks had been diagnosed with the virus and had to go into quarantine as well. And about a week after RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel tested positive as well. Okay. Now, the diagnoses shocked a lot of people, obviously online, as well as in Republican circles. However, apparently, there were some people in the White House who had suspected it, but tried to keep it hidden. Tried to keep it quiet. Now, this is according to Bloomberg reporter Jennifer Jacobs. She wrote that some of Trump's closest aides sensed on Wednesday that the president was feeling poorly and seemed very exhausted. Although some aides had chalked this up to fatigue from a tiring re-election campaign, as well as debate, Jacobs reports that others began to worry that he had the coronavirus. Now, again, they had these concerns, and they didn't tell anyone about it. They kept it to themselves, even from other staffers, which, by the way, some of these other staffers were shocked to wake up on Friday and read the news like the rest of us. Great. Now, look, I understand not creating unnecessary panic. Sure, by telling, the press. But at the same time, the staffers, the ones who worked around Donald Trump, they should have already known. They should have known. Hey, I don't want to alarm you or anything like that, but Hope Hicks tested positive. She was around Donald Trump during the debates. And so if you've been around Trump or Hicks without a mask, then you might want to get yourself tested. I mean, that would be the smart humanitarian thing to do. But of course, not happening. It didn't happen because that's not the kind of people that they are. All right, now, sources, let's see. Hope Hicks, again, she got, she tested positive on Wednesday, was in close proximity to the president on Tuesday, not wearing a mask. Nobody was social distancing. Nobody was wearing masks. And sources tell Bloomberg that only a small circle of people knew that Hicks had tested positive for the virus, and said that senior staff had hoped to keep that information private. They waited 2 days to announce that the president could have been infected, and that they waited a day, of course, to announce that Hope Hicks had been infected and tested positive. So, I mean, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. And by the way, the president, knowing all of this stuff, decided to go to a fundraiser on Thursday. And now the fundraiser, the donors, there's about 30 to 50 donors, which brings me back to ironically, the 30 to 50 feral hogs thing. 30 to 50 donors that are freaking out right now and getting themselves tested. And so, it's a complete and utter chaos. So now this is, at the very least, gross negligence, completely irresponsible, even dangerous. So now, former Trump White House staffer Anthony Scaramucci was asked about this. He went on CNN, and he actually went pretty hard. Take a look.
Joining us now, President Trump's one-time communications director, Anthony Scaramucci. Anthony, thank you so much for being with us. Look, it is a serious issue. There is a right to medical privacy. No one had to tell us it was Hope Hicks necessarily. But the fact that a senior aide to the president had tested positive as of yesterday morning, who the White House knew was in close contact with the president, and then the president still got on that plane. What are your concerns this morning?
Well, the first thing I want to say is I wish all of them a speedy recovery. I think we all do. It's a tragedy what's going on in terms of the pandemic. But John, it's irresponsible. And you don't even know if Hope got it first. She could be the fall person, and then the president does the news drop at 1 a.m. to try to deflect what's going on with his personal health. So we don't even know what's going on because all of the lies. But here's the thing that's so irresponsible. He's going to Minnesota knowing that Hope had it. He's going to New Jersey knowing that Hope had it. The White House press secretary, unmasked, is giving a press conference. Nobody in the Congress is being notified. And so this is just rank irresponsibility, and it's rank incompetence. And let's just stipulate, he's lied about the science for 6 months, couldn't protect himself or his family. So how is he going to protect the American people going forward?
Okay, so look, he gets tougher. And he even addresses some of the rumors, because I've seen this going around, right, that Donald Trump doesn't actually really have it, and that, you know, he's going to come out later and, you know, use this for a political advantage. Scaramucci wasn't convinced. He wasn't really buying it. And he said something along the lines of, no, he wouldn't miss out on the last month of the campaign. That would be ridiculous. I mean, again, we've got, 33 days left until – no, we've got less than that. We've got like a month left until the election. You think Donald Trump's going to miss up on 10 days? 10 days? No freaking way. No, he'd be all over it because he can't help himself. He's got to get in front of people. He's got to go to his rallies, and he's got to rile up his base. That's what he does. All right. So, that said, do I feel like Mooch makes some good points? Yeah, actually, he does. But I feel like it's a little bit more than just rank incompetence. It is incredible ignorance. Donald Trump is a deeply ignorant person. I wouldn't be surprised if he thought legitimately that he couldn't get it, like that he was immune. Whether or not he took hydroxychloroquine, which that was a question, really an open question of whether or not he was actually taking it like he said. And that gets to a bigger problem. Or the fact that he thinks, oh, no, I'm not going to get it. I got good genes. I get good genes. I get the best genes. So I'm going to be fine. Coronavirus can't get me. I don't know. I do know the big problem here is that you cannot seem to trust the president now when he says things. Like, you can't do it. Like, I don't know. He lies so often that even when something like this happens, when he gets you don't even know if it's true, and that's a big problem. Okay? I believe he does have it, and that they knew about it for the last few days. And all I can say is that it was deeply irresponsible and absolutely just maddening that the president and his inner circle really tried to keep it under wraps until 1 a.m. in the morning in a tweet. Curious timing about that as well. And at the same time, you also got to know that it's incredibly on brand for Donald Trump to do exactly this sort of thing. And so I guess really the only surprise is that so many people were surprised. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.